Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. We're trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They go play action here on 1st down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And down he'll go at the 25. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. They'll try to throw here. Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball's going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really stretch your defense.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal. Now Bell. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is third and goal. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Jay Ajayi taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Rivers now on 2nd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
After the interception, here's Watson. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the interception here, Rivers. They'll roll him out right. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. Oh, a nice spin. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Now they'll pitch it out. This is Gordon. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. A 1st down throw here for Rivers. Caught by Allen. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Rivers. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
That burst good for 20 and a first down. On first down, it's Watson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Melvin Ingram able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. From the gun, here's Watson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback because that was awfully close.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there at 22.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. He'll be brought down at the 43. Joey Bosa in on the stop. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. Stopped short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Watson. That escapes the sack. Being chased out left. Drops it off to Ajayi. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Le'Veon Bell, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
This is Gordon on the dump off. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a second down. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, Rivers. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. A give to Bell. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, here's Watson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Watson. Flush to his right. Goes underneath for Bell. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Watson on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Texans will extend their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Shedding the tackle. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
I know the special teams coach will not permit himself a smile here, but inside, he's glowing. This is what he practices for. This is what he schemes. This is what he watches tape to put himself and his team in a position to score points. An absolute dream return.
try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. DJ Reader in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 9 yards on the gain there, so he got half of it back, and it'll be 3rd down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Whitney merciless. In there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. To throw on second is Watson. Buying time to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Gets around it. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Corey Liggett makes the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's got Fuller. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. On 1st and 10, Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. A great return there of 22 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two. Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now a second down throw for Rivers. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Rivers from the gun on third down. And right side, Henry's got it. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Rivers on first down. Caught left side, Williams. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you look,
and he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Zach Cunningham in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. To throw on third down, Rivers. Open man, it's Allen. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a fourth down. They're indeed going for it. It's Rivers. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Second down, Rivers. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. The first down throw here for Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Rivers now, the throw on 1st down. He's airing it out for Williams. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Throwing again, Rivers on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Whitney merciless in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. And some space here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Hey, nothing to see here. Just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there from 17 yards out. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit.
The touchdown was scored by the runner, but the offensive line, they feel like it's theirs. They blocked that one up perfectly, allowed him easy access to the end zone.
No real hesitation from Anthony Lynn. They're going to go for 2. Rivers to throw this time. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Richmond.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Denzel Perryman coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17.
Down. Green the line.
Out of the gun, Watson looking for the end zone. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Come on, let's go. What? 90. What? 90.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. He can't get him down. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give him a lot of confidence to help turn things around. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. The give is to Bell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team.
Now Bell hit. He lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they've dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Justin Reed, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll run it now out of the gun. Finding room inside the 40. Houston. Le'Veon Bell with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Texans will add on to their lead. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at Week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in Week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. There goes Melvin Gordon. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, 68 yards. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And this time he'll be stopped short of the goal line. He might have been out of gas after the long run. In any event, the try for 2 fails. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
He got 29 yards that time.
It must be something about the night air, because he is putting on an absolute show under the light.
Yeah, we've established anything in his vicinity, he's grabbing it. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. His throw incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up fourth down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
And this is going to be incomplete. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Spins by. He's got room to run past the 20. A big play there by Gordon. 46 yards on the ground. A great run, but, you know, this is probably where the offensive coordinator is saying, geez, we could have used a couple of these earlier in the game.
Yeah, he's probably telling the head coach, well, talk to the run game coordinator about that. I just called the plays. We should have had this going right from the beginning.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight, but I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Finding room to the 20. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Oh, spinning away. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there.